allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo.
Oh, you. Yeah, good evening and welcome to Maiyegun's Diary tonight. So this is just going to be the recap of what happened today, as well as my message to call on the Oduduwa Republicans, the Biafra Republicans as well, to see the opportunity now and use it as well. Okay, so thank you for joining me from wherever you're joining from. So just for the record, okay, what we do most, or what I propagate on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, is to bring to light, to bring to the world what is going on in Nigeria. And we do this by exposing the rot, the lies, and the criminals in government in Nigeria, which has also led to what is going on in Nigeria today, where people who are tired, angered, frustrated by the rotten system in that country. Those who have become victims and those who are still victims now, living on that such a draconian regime that doesn't really give a damn about human lives. So that's what we do. I don't preach violence and I don't support violence by any definition. Okay, but well, if you have to defend yourself, well, that's more or less like a natural rule, which means that you have a right to self-defense if you find yourself in danger, and giving information on how to be away from danger, dangerous government agents, and dangerous government policies is also a way of a self-defense. So I don't preach or support violence in any form, but we report that because that is what the government of Nigeria has subjected the people of Nigeria to, including the young people in that country. So something happened this afternoon. The Nigerian police IG announced that they have dissolved SARS. And it became a big news that, but it wasn't for too long because people saw through the lies that they were actually not banning them, right? They are not dissolving them. They are moving them into another unit, they called it. So they will still be more or less like a renaming SARS. So I think that broadcast this afternoon attracted our usual Facebook Buhari didderness to this channel. I think they have found out that Maiyegun is still very much live despite the Facebook restriction. So they reported that broadcast to YouTube. But YouTube is not Facebook. So YouTube wrote me and they said, well, we received so and so. And it was because I was repeatedly saying that in 36 hours, that if the government of Buhari and himself, the president, fail to address the protesters and listen to their demand, or if they fail to do that within the next 36 hours, I said, well, they will eventually probably start attacking the protesters, and that is going to escalate. And when it escalates, the numbers of the protesters will grow, and that is going to be chaotic, including those who are keeping quiet now, the powerful politicians, the governors. So they reported that video, and YouTube wrote me, and we are on it. However, this is what the police IG said, because that video is currently restricted, so we can hear him. I mean, let's listen to him again when he announced that he was banning or dissolving SARS, and he will give it a follow-up.
The Nigeria police leadership has, since the commencement of the protests, been engaging the leadership of some civil society organizations with a view to initiating meaningful and wide-ranging discussions on the subject of their concerns. Our valued covenant with the citizens of this nation is to serve and protect them and integrate their concerns and views into our practices, especially within the dictates of community policing principles, which constitute a critical component of national policing and internal security strategy of the federal government. Following a review of the current developments and in due cognizance of the wide and legitimately held concerns of well-meaning citizens on the existence and operations of Special Anti-Robbery Squad as a responsive and citizen-oriented police force, it is hereby directed as follows. 1. The Special Anti-Robbery Squad of the Nigeria Police, otherwise known as SARS, is hereby dissolved across all formations, the 36 state police commands, and the Federal Capital Territory, where they currently exist. 2. All officers and men currently serving in the unit are to be deployed with immediate effect. 3. New policing arrangements to address the offenses of armed robbery and other violent crimes that fall within the mandate of the dissolved Special Anti-Robbery Squad shall be presented in due course. 4. A Citizens and Strategic Holders Forum will be formed to regularly interface with the leadership of the police at all levels and advise on police activities. 5. To deal with the reports of crimes committed against citizens, an investigation team will be constituted, which will include 2. All officers and men currently serving in the unit are to be deployed with immediate effect.
Eric, people are now asking him to Ogbeni Gbohunsoke, speak up, stop speaking like because nobody elected him. Nobody elected that guy. He was appointed by someone elected who is responsible to the citizens. So that person elected, either rigged or elected, that person is missing, even though the police are now shooting the citizens who are asking their president to reform the police, end SARS, then reform all the police structure, policing structure in Nigeria. He is missing in action. He is nowhere to be found. No word from him. Nowhere. And in Abuja today, a lot happened. I'm not going to really go into that, but just to give a quick cover to what the police IG said, the Nigeria police IG, in 5, in 5 sentences, yeah, the list of what they said they were going to change, the announcement for those who probably didn't hearing clearly there? Yeah. It said number one, it said the Inspector General of Police has dissolved, blah, blah, blah. Number two, all officers and men serving in the unit will be redeployed to other police commands, formations, and units. Remember that SARS is a unit of a Nigerian police force. So they will just rename them, put them in somewhere. Number three, a new policing arrangement for tackling the offenses of armed robbery and other violent crimes will be unveiled to the public soon. That is a pure lie. They already told us that, you see, whenever they give you a new police IG in Nigeria, it will tell you he has an agenda. He has something he's going to change. Usually when a new IG is appointed, he usually just quickly declare that no roadblock, no checking this, no checking that. But after 2 weeks, just go continue with your lives, the life of oppression that they give to everyone, Abi. So there's no policing arrangement anywhere, no tackling of offenses of armed robbery than to let the police spies and all of them go after crime or criminals before they act. That is what a perfect policing is. But in Nigeria, the police in Nigeria will rather use the resources they have to investigate anyone that is criticizing the government or exposing any politician or for any rich Nigerian who want to oppress other people. So police would rather use their resources for that than to go after criminals. So, but they say they are going to use another policing arrangement. It's a lie. They said, he said, a citizens and strategic stakeholders forum will be launched to provide an avenue for citizens to regularly interface and advise the police authority on issues touching on the general public. Are the policemen not Nigerians? Are they not living in your communities? Are they not your co-tenants? Are they not your neighbors? Do they not know what is going on? Or are they not perpetuating criminality despite living within the communities? When they talk about strategic stakeholders, blah, 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 they have police, national police, it's what's it called, Nigerian Police Commission. They have different committees. They have Senate committees on Nigerian police, Senate House of Rep committee on this and that. They have so many stakeholders. Those who are writing laws for them, those who are, you know what I mean? Those who are donating cars here and there. They have different stakeholders. So there's no new stakeholder that will tell them about, what you are going through. They know. They just won't do anything. So number 5, they will deal with the report of crimes committed against citizens. And an investigative team will be constituted, which will include civil society organizations, and corporates will be punished. As usual, very watery statement there from the police IG. They were so usual, the normal rhetorics, and good enough. The NSAS now have finally put forward their own demands, and it is good for you to know what are the demands of the NSAS now. So wherever you are, these are the demands of the NSAS. So let's read that out. So number 1, so they have rejected the police the police IG's announcement, and their demands are listed as follow: immediate release of all arrested protesters, justice for all deceased victims of police brutality, and appropriate compensation for their families. Number 3, setting up an independent body to oversee the investigation and prosecution of all reports of police misconduct within 10 days. Do you get that now? They want an independent body. They don't want the police to investigate its own officers, because they know that police in Nigeria will cover their own officers up eventually, because it's been happening. People have been reporting You know what I mean? They have the police complaint unit or something like that, where you can public complaint unit or something. So you can send your complaint there. Meanwhile, good enough, there have been so many advocacy groups that have also been representing the citizens against police brutality in Nigeria. One of them is the Citizen Gavel, which Segalink is one of them. It's just a team of lawyers, you know, and another human rights activists who formed a group to be fighting for citizens free of charge, citizens who are victims of police extortion, police brutality, and police killings in Nigeria. So they are now saying that the police cannot investigate itself. It has, I mean, there should be an independent body that will do that inquiry, where everyone who has been a victim of SARS in Nigeria can come forward and tell their stories, okay? And all their stories can be documented and compensation made. And the errant officers who committed those crimes are punished, okay? So number 4, they said, in line with the new Police Act, psychological evaluation and the training rather, to be confirmed by an independent body, the training of all disbanded SARS officers before they can be redeployed. You know what I mean now? They have to do psychological evaluation and retraining for them. So they are not even saying that police can do whatever they want to do with their officers, okay? For those people who are saying, you know, if they sack the SARS officers now, are they not going to become unemployed? Are they not going to become armed robbers? No, the NSAS, in fact, let me finish the 5th one. Increase police salary. Now, for you to know that the campaign to end SARS is actually not against police, even though the police are attacking the protesters in Nigeria, yeah? The protest is, in fact, in the interest of the policemen themselves, only if they know, yeah? So the NSAS 5th demand is increase police salary so that they are adequately compensated for protecting lives and property of citizens. So I'll give it in a good read now. So the 5 demands of the NSAS campaigners in Nigeria, the protesters, are, number 1, immediate release of all arrested protesters. Number 2, justice for all deceased victims, victims of police brutality, and appropriate compensation for their families. Number 3, setting up of an independent body to oversee the investigation and prosecution of all reports of police misconduct within 10 days. In line with the new Police Act. Number 4, psychological evaluation and retraining of all disbanded SARS officers before they can be redeployed. And number 5, increase police salary so that they are adequately compensated for protecting lives and property of citizens. So you see that it's actually for the good. Okay, so they rejected this and they went for this. And they actually put a checker box in front of each demand. So they say in 10 days, okay, they want all these demands met before they can stop the protest. But they have been attacked in Abuja repeatedly. They have been attacked in Ogbomosho. They even killed some people in Ogbomosho today as well. We have not really received the full names of the victims of police killings in Ogbomosho today. But, you know, they killed people in Ogbomosho. The Shawun of Ogbomosho, that is the royal father, the premier or paramount ruler of the kingdom, his office, when the minister of youth affairs was holding a meeting with him in his palace, the youth, they took the corpse of one of the victims of police shooting. They took the victim's body to the palace to see the king. And eventually they found the minister there, and they, you know, they attacked. Or probably they were trying to stop them from gaining access, and eventually it led to really, real violence there. Today, that the paramount ruler had to run away from his office, from his palace and his guest. So that happened today. So immediately the police IG announced that SARS is dissolved. The policemen on the street, they didn't stop attack and killings and shooting the protesters. They are shooting today. And a picture from Abuja, including Lagos today, right? So a picture.
It's raining, but we've come out again, third time today. Just look at how far we go. You see how far we go? All the way from Eagle Square, all the way. This entire road is blocked all the way, because we will end this SARS. We will end it. We will end it so that we can go out and come back, drink water and drop cups. We will end SARS.
Yeah, that's in Abuja. 3 times they were attacked. Last night or yesterday, they didn't attack the protesters during the daytime, but when it was becoming darker, they started attacked them, and many of them were injured. You know what I mean? So today, they mobilized some people in Abuja who staged their own pro-SARS protest in support of SARS and against the disbandment of SARS by the police IG. Eventually, those who actually went out to protest, they didn't go out to protest to support SARS. They went out to attack the End SARS now campaigners. There are videos that I'm not going to really bring them up tonight. So that's the updates that, in fact, Davido also flew to Abuja today to lead another protest. But luckily, that was the 3rd time that the Abuja residents are pushing back, they were headed to the police headquarters in Abuja. So Davido joined them, and they didn't shoot them the 3rd time like they did the first 2 attempts, and they arrested so many people. But eventually, they released all the protesters that they arrested when Davido met them. At least after that. So they were released, and they made an arrangement that Davido will be meeting the police IG tomorrow, 10 a.m. in the morning. But one thing happened. At first, when the news came out that the police IG has announced the dissolution of SARS, some people took it as a good thing until they began to see that it's actually like it's actually like a style that if you have researched the past 4 or 5 times that they have banned SARS in Nigeria, and the different character of politicians who announced them, and the police IG as well, yeah, you will realize that there's a trend. This is the same trend. They will tell you that, we are going to stop them from searching you. We're going to stop them from coming into your houses. We're going to stop them from coming into your car and extorting money from you. Blah, 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 blah. They are not going to carry gun again. But after 2-3 days, even today, people are still being assaulted. Apart from protesters, there are SARS everywhere. There are videos everywhere where SARS officials or criminals were extorting people, assaulting people on the street, young people on the streets. So it didn't take long before everyone realized that it was actually a ruse. It was a lie. So people began asking that, no, we didn't elect this guy. We would rather speak to the person we elected, and that is Buhari, even though he's not going to talk to you. Okay? So the protest continues. According to the organizers now, according to the youth who are on the streets, the protest continues. And in Lagos, I grabbed something. But before I get to that, let me quickly give a shout out to my guy, Paul Akere. I've seen your super chat sticker there. Thank you very much for making use of that. And thank you to all of you as well. But let's speak on this quickly from Lagos. So the youth, because they are now preparing for the longest protest that you have ever seen in the history of Nigeria. Okay, so they were there in Lagos, praying that maybe God or something should touch the heart of Buhari to give a presidential proclamation, send that straight to give it a judicial backing, set up a judicial inquiry where everyone who has been a victim of SARS can come out and tell their story. They can face the person who killed their son. They can face the person who killed their brother, who killed their sister, who killed your uncle, who killed someone in your family. You will be able to stand up to them, and the government, the healing can start. There are so many things that people are now asking for, not just the end of SARS. And that is why, you know, I'm going to say this. That's why I'm asking that there are so many things people are asking for. It is an opportunity for people to ask and demand that that tissue paper called their constitution in Nigeria, it is time to discard it. Demand for a new constitution that will give you the room for the referendum. Because let me tell you this, they thought the whole thing is just about to end SARS. Ending SARS is just like ending 1% of what Nigeria has done to you. And that is why when you have an opportunity to make them make the best deal that will change your story. And you see everyone you see out there, so many of them are protesting, like they say, they are protesting because they just want to go out and come back home. Okay? They just want to go out peacefully and come back home. And asking SARS to leave the streets is not the guarantee that you go out and come back home. Meanwhile, I'm going to come back to that. I want to quickly give a shout out to my, to the members of Maiyegun's Diary Politico on this page. I've somehow missed that this afternoon, but tonight I'm going to give you guys a mention. So if you check your screen, this channel, you will see the subscription button, then you will see the notification button. Personalize that notification. If you haven't done that, that's the only way you will never miss anything on Maiyegun's Diary, okay? Whenever I'm live or anything is dropped here, okay? Then I also have these dedicated friends, very lovely people. I'm just going to give you a shout out. So far, so good. I have 21 members of Maiyegun's Diary Political channel on YouTube. These are people, paying members. So I want to give a shout out to you guys on this program tonight. Olushola Wolesi, Art to Art with Ty, Winifred Eze, Wisdom Endurance, Big Donut Entertainment, Okafo Oju, Flora Egbuonu, Ihoma Najuba, Bostik 2020. These are members of Maiyegun's Diary Political on YouTube. They subscribed and they are actually paying members. So thank you very much for believing in this. And in fact, not just believing, putting everything into it to support. So Yemi Bella, Philip Ndukwe Okeyi, Kola Babatunde, David Maburukoje, lovely. The Avons, Sukomi Piton, Oduduwa has arrived. Yeah. Timi Okuneye, Olatunji Babatunde, Tajuddin Yaya, Cecilia Fagbimiro, Seidat Balogun, Esther Oladoshu. thank you so much to all of you. You know what you did there is that you are the how do I put this? You are the people who do anything to listen to Maiyegun, no matter where I go. Because being a member of Maiyegun's Diary Politico is actually in phases, right? You can be a silver member, which actually costs you £1.99 a month. You can be a gold member, which costs you about £2.99 a month. You can be a diamond member, which will actually cost you about £4.99 or thereabout. You can be a platinum, which will cost you about £4.99, and you can be a diamond member, which is actually the premium. It will check it out, and you can be any of that. Whatever you do, sharing, commenting, even using the super chat sticker or super sticker is your own way of giving the support, and I never take any of them for granted. So thank you for that, all of you, and I'm so grateful. So there is going to be mother of all rallies, all protests that are going to be springing up. We have been seeing Biafrans shutting down cities. Okay, we have been seeing, what do you call it? We have been seeing Biafrans shutting down, states. Region, a whole region. Whenever they want to vent, they want to do their protest, they want to make everybody know that they are there. We have seen all of that. You see all these SARS protests today that you are now seeing everywhere. Yeah, all of that come from those experiences. They come from those instances, because history we never forget them too, especially the IPOB members. I have to be very, very, sincere in saying that. And I am very sincere in saying that. You see, human mind is so fragile that sometimes when, happenings around them shape who they become or who they can become. For the first time in a long time, we found a group, a very, very, versatile and strong, ever-presented group everywhere called the IPOB. But many, many people who didn't understand them then didn't know that it was actually what you are condoning. The criminality of those elected or selected, your past or your present criminal politicians, the consequences of their action has done so much damages to the country they should have kept so great or made great, has done so much damages that even the unity that they preach doesn't even exist anywhere. So the Biafrans are saying, well, being part of Nigeria keeps them poor. Being part of Nigeria is limiting their growth. Being part of Nigeria as a system is destroying their land, destroying their potentials, and most importantly, it has stunted their growth. And if you look around you, yeah, whether you are a Yoruba man, or you are from Hausa land, or you are from Ijaw land, or you are from any land at all, as long as you claim to be a Nigerian, you will realize that there is no difference between what is prompting the IPOB members to insist that they want to leave from what you are enduring and pretending that it is not that bad. But finally, it seems that many, many of you over time who watched the Nigeria system go after them, kill them, persecute them, and even jailed many of them. Right now, they have over 69 of their members in detention in Owerri, in Imo State, under the command of an Igbo governor. So they are not hiding the fact that their politicians are not representing them, even though many, many of you, after embracing your own politicians, past, present, or your political leaders in your regions, while you kept standing up defending many of them, or you are cherry picking which one you should defend or not, they are outrightly condemning theirs, telling you that they don't speak for them, they want their country. And When you look at that, you realize that you have a lot in common. It's just that you didn't realize it early. As SARS were killing people in Yoruba land, they are murdering people in Igbo land, murdering people in Ijo land, in everywhere, in the creek, in Port Harcourt. It is like war. So the story is the same, but we reacted to the story or to the backwardness or to this barbarity differently. But they say human mind or a man's mind will always be shaped by the happenings around him. As much as many people pretended that the Biafra struggle was not, it's not worth it. Because many people convince themselves that the Biafran struggle is actually a waste of time. Some people believe it's a distraction because that is what they tell themselves. Even when they see the reality that Nigeria is not working, okay? Nigeria will never work even if you do everything that you think you have in mind. There is always that clause there. And there have been so many reality to this, to tell you that no matter how much you try, there is so much fault lines that actually separates the nations, the countries put together, fused together. And there is one enemy dealing with everybody all together. It is the system. The system that is sustaining Nigeria is a system that is, that is unsustainable. And as much as they are forcing it on, you will suffer these brutalities, these insecurities, these monumental corruptions. And the consequences of that are what you are seeing now. Vast poverty. So the same poverty you will see in Yoruba land is the same poverty you will see in Igbo land, is the same poverty you will see in Hausa land, is the same poverty you will see in Fulani land if they have any, is the same poverty you will see in Niger Delta. But you know the difference is this: we react to them differently. But for the first time, if you look critically, you will realize that whatever IPOB is fighting for, no matter what you are convincing yourself with, should be what you too should be fighting for. Okay? And it is a two-way thing. Let's assume that some of you who want one Nigeria, you want a Nigeria that works. Who will give that to you? The people who are benefiting from the rotten Nigeria now, you want them to lose their own feeding bottle, just like that, without any fight? That is why you too have to join the protest, even if you want one Nigeria, which many people are now shouting at the FSARS campaign. You who want Biafra, yourself who want Oduduwa Republic, why are you distancing yourself? Even the FSARS campaigner is what will lead to changing, helping those who want a better Nigeria. Because let me give you an example of a better Nigeria. A better Nigeria means that there must be a new constitution. Okay, there must be a new constitution for Nigeria. And this constitution must be written by the people. Do you get that now? And I will give you an example of a people, people written and consented their constitution, what it should look like, to give you an idea. Nigeria is a country that has over 250 tribes fused together as a country. We don't speak the same language collectively. We don't have the similar cultural common or what have you. We don't have anything similar culturally, traditionally, religiously. but they fused us together anyway. And that is the tradition that the what do you call it? That the first Fulani jihadists that took over the political reign of Nigeria in 1966. That is what they also continued, what the colonialists did, that the forebearers who eventually divided Nigeria into 3 regions, Western region, Eastern region, which is domiciled by the Biafrans, the Northern region, domiciled as well by the so many other, they call them Arewa now, but they are not Arewa. But that was the way they divided Nigeria when even the colonialists were living. But in 96 years after that, the first jihadi coup that took over Nigeria brought about a unitary system, just what the colonialists did at the time. So, and since then, they have been struggling to fuse us together. They have been writing constitution after constitution. They have been writing different decree after decree. This never really brings us together. It never happened. So for those who want to demand for one Nigeria, a better Nigeria, where police officers will respect you as a citizen, where politicians will stop stealing your money, where money meant for development actually spent on development, a better Nigeria, Abi. Fine. Those who want a Biafra, those who want to Oduduwa Republic, when a better Nigeria that they want comes, it means that the current system needs to end. You cannot even, you cannot reform a system. They are talking about restructuring before now, you remember? Now, a system that has no structure, that nobody can restructure, you're asking that system to reform the police. How is that possible? Let's reason it together. Currently, Nigeria has no structure. No structure. Those who are asking that Nigeria should restructure, they have found out that there's no structure at all to restructure, nothing to restructure. Now that there is nothing to restructure, you are asking a structureless country with a structureless government to reform and restructure police. How is that possible? The system needs to go down first. And to have a working country, it means that you must have a people's constitution. And in a people's constitution, every tribe, even if you no pass 1,000 for your tribe, are you with me now? Even if you no pass 1,000, your whole generation, your whole tribe, you no pass 1,000. The constitution, the people's constitution must recognize, it must acknowledge you. It must recognize you. You must be given that recognition in that constitution. Every tribe in Nigeria will have a say in what will become the people's constitution. Inside that people's constitution, you will be able to know who is a citizen of Nigeria. Who are you? What makes you a citizen? What defines you in that constitution as a citizen? What right do you have in that constitution as a citizen? What will happen to anybody who try to take that power or that right from you in that constitution? That is what is called people's constitution. And all of you who are now going to come together and say you are a country in that constitution, do you agree to be one Nigeria? So everybody, including that one, if one tribe, one single tribe says they don't want to be part of it, you cannot force them to sign it. It is not a referendum about that. That is how to structure a country. Everybody must be there and say, okay, what is it going to be about religion? Right, I'm there. We, in our own part of Nigeria, for us to be part of it, this is the type of religion we want to do. Everything must be there. The liberty to religion, liberty must be there. But you didn't write Nigeria 1999 constitution Many of you don't even know the Constitution. You don't even know what is written there. You never cared to because you didn't write it. The Constitution doesn't even recognize anybody of you, any one of you as a Nigerian. It just said, we the people. And some people put pen to paper and they submitted it. Do you know that those who dictated what they should write in that Constitution are those in power? They are those who are in everywhere, in your economy. They are those your elite. You are not there. You cannot say in Nigerian Constitution, go and read code 567 or code 147,600 and blah, 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 blah. That code is the code that gives power to we, the Yorubas, we, the Eguns, we, the Ijebus. You know what I mean? You can easily point it there and say, if you violate that, the Ijebus can say they don't want to be part of that union anymore. They want to leave. That is how to write people's constitution. Yeah. So that in that constitution, there must be a process of coming together, and there must also be a process of parting ways without fighting war. But because Nigeria is a conquered territory, people just take what they want from the system, destroy it further, and they leave you the carcass. Yes, they leave you the carcass to feed on that. We have people who are so educated. They claim to be educated. And I don't think any educated person will say there is something so unique about Nigeria that we are actually missing. Probably something we are missing. Something we haven't seen or heard about Nigeria or know about Nigeria. The system is not built to protect you. The system is built to protect the regime. And the regime is not for you. It doesn't matter who is in charge. And I keep saying it. Even if they make an Igbo man the president of Nigeria, the Igbos will continue to suffer and they will continue to be marginalized in Nigeria. And there's nothing an Igbo president can do about it because Nigeria is structured to be like that. Do you get that? So if there's an opportunity for citizens to demand accountability and to demand what is rightly theirs, like the FSARS campaigners are doing right now, yes, you don't have to make it about your struggle alone, because your struggle, what prompted your struggle, is the same devil bedeviling everybody, but people are reacting to them differently. Do you get that? But you should never forget your struggle. You should never forget where you want to be, the type of country you want to live in. But when you live in a country where every time you raise your fist, police will tell you to drop your weapon. Even you are actually raising your own fist, and you can get killed for that. They are not killing you because you are raising your fist. They are killing your spirit, but they believe they can, and killing the spirit of those that will see your body. And that's something that needs to change. And when the people are peacefully protesting and demanding for that, it is the right thing to do. So if you have your struggle, the Biafra struggle, the Oduduwa struggle, you need a system that allows it. And you need to add your voice into bringing that opportunity, faster than you can ever imagine. People will go out. People were mocking you. People were mocking you. They were laughing you when their soldiers redo your body. Yeah, when their soldiers redo your body with your bodies with their bullets. They were laughing at you. But what they were laughing at then that they didn't know was actually that they were laughing at themselves. Because same agents of a Nigerian government shooting down protesters who are demanding for Biafra shooting down protesters who are going to be demanding for Oduduwa Republic in the coming days and weeks and months. They are doing the same thing to them too. They call them SARS. SARS. SAC. Anti-this, anti-that, anti-cultist, anti-kidnapping, who have now turned to cultist kidnappers themselves. So they can change names. So if you are from the northern part of Nigeria, you are dealing with a banditry, aren't you? You are dealing with a Boko Haram, are you not? Now that everyone is campaigning against SARS, you shouldn't be laughing at them as well. It is your own opportunity too, to at least demand for a safe country. You want one Nigeria? Why shouldn't you be on that street? Why? You want to live in peace? To be able to go to your farms and cultivate your lands in peace? You should have been laughing. You might have laughed at the Biafrans. You may be preparing to laugh at the Oduduwans. Or you may be laughing or have laughed at the people in Benue. But is Arewa land safe? That's the question you should ask yourself. There is a reason why Arewa land is not safe. It is because the system is built to be like that. For every action of your politician, there's going to be counter and opposite reactions too. And for everything they do, like I do say, there is a consequence or consequences. Just like elections have consequences too. You can jump up and down, you know, somersault and acrobat and all of that to bring about criminals to power. All of that will have their own consequences. Elections have consequences. You all rally around to bring about someone who you expected to save you. Keep your women safe. Keep your children safe. Keep them in schools. Build you schools. Build you health centers. Give education to your children in order to stop those who are recruiting them for this religious, jihadist, and all of that war that they have waged on no one else but your land. You did that, and you brought Buhari to government. Stop reporting my channel. This is not Facebook. If the truth hurts, you can save yourself distress. Unsubscribe, and you will avoid me forever. Okay? If the truth hurts, bandits have made your life miserable, even when you are still trying to survive and cope with the incessant killings and kidnappings and beheadings of your people by Boko Haram, ISWAP, and many, many more. Fulani herdsmen came from nowhere, from the blues, rather than you getting protected by the people you voted for, the people you sweated for, the people you rigged for, the people you thought would bring you respite and they would bring you peace. For 5 years, you have not seen any peace. You might be living in denial, but for how long are you going to accept your reality that elections have consequences? And then the consequences of that is what you are witnessing today, while the rest of the country, who also amplified the change, next level, next devil. I was here all the time telling you that you see this change is going to be a chain. Think very well. Chain, not change. Chain is going to be. We were mocked. We were laughed at. You survived first 4 years. Many of those who shouted change in 2014, 2015, they didn't stay alive to also shout Next level, next level. I said, do not go to the next level because it is not next level. It is going to be next devil. Devil that will become bedeviling and be devilish to everybody. And this is here we are. Stop reporting my page and open up your heart, your subconscious mind. You are suffering the same thing others are suffering. You are only reacting to it differently. The people you expected to keep you safe, they won the election, which was like more or less like they won the battle, but they lost the war. The battle was to gain power. The war was to end the incessant killings of the Northerners. Was that not the intention? So they won the battle. They lost the war. More of you were killed or kidnapped, raped, displaced, or sold as slaves by terrorists. Many of you are in captivities right now. Many families are in so much disarray, trying to raise money to free their loved ones from the hands of the bandits in the north. Do you know that the same thing were those who raised the Appetite for Change and Next Devil in 2015 and 2019? They were suffering in silence. They thought if they elected Buhari and then fake Pastor Ruga, they would be able to walk freely without anybody harassing them or extorting them or policemen trying to kill them because of the way they look. They voted for change, but it turned out to be change. They didn't see it so well. They started another hashtag for next devil, next devil. Now they are now being bedeviled by the same reality they denied. Right? While the Boko Haram are killing and kidnapping, extorting the people, the vulnerable, the powerful, the connected, the nobodies, the most religious, the religious, those who have no religion, as they continue to live under the fear of the bandits, the Fulani Axemen, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP in the northern part of Nigeria, an average Southerner is living under the fear of kidnappers, of armed robbers, and most importantly, the Sars, who actually sometimes, and most of the time, by the way, carry out the same duty. They kidnap you, they extort you, and they kill you, they rob you. Don't go for next level. Don't go to the next level with them. Please don't go to next level with them. They called us names. There is no next level. It is just next evil or next devil. And they joined the boss anyway. More people have been killed. More soldiers have been killed. More civilians have been displaced. More people have lost loved ones. Properties have been destroyed. Farms have been destroyed. Families have been torn apart. Children have been turned to orphans. Women have been turned to widows. Men have been turned to widowers. Handicapped, disabled. Youth have been communities have been destroyed. History, heritage, traditions, and culture have been ruined. People are now living as displaced persons in their own country. Simply because they are part of Nigeria. So those who mocked the Biafrans, who watched them being killed by the paid agent of government of Nigeria, they are on the streets now telling the same government to stop the police killing them, to stop the police from killing them. How ironical. How ironical. What a time to be alive. Today, many of them are also demanding that we should, in fact, break up Nigeria. Restructuring has become stale. Thank you so much, my brother. You are so good. Jimmy Toriola, I've seen your super sticker and super chat contribution there. Agbaman, thank you so much. I'm going to read your comment because it seems it's a quote. You cannot create a functional structure on a dysfunctional foundation. The entity called Nigeria, as it is presently known, must be reimagined, recreated. It must be started afresh. SARS is not the only thing dealing with you. There are many. And they can change face, they can change names, they can change units, they can redirect them and everything, and they will continue to do the same thing. And as long as they do that, as long as you agree with them, you know what will happen, right? Biafrans will continue to agitate. The Oduduwans will continue to agitate. Even the Jaws will start to ask for their own, Niger Delta Republic. You know what I mean now? Everybody will begin to ask for that because the same devil will be deviling all of you, that you are trying to deny. It will still be there. It is not the police only. It is the structure. They structured it that way, and it will always work against you. If you don't see it, you will never know how to tackle it. And that is why I said, even if you're asking for one Nigeria, be very, very clear. Sorosoke, Bill don't stammer. Okay, don't speak in a soft tone. Be very factual. What Nigeria? What kind of Nigeria do you want? You're going to end SARS and go back home, and that's it. Immediately they end SARS, they will stop, the looting and the relooting of the country. Are they going to start developing the country? Have you asked for that template they are going to give you in giving you that new Nigeria? What kind of Nigeria do you want? It is an opportunity for you to ask for that now. It is. And that is why I am calling on you. If you are a Biafran agitator, if you are Oduduwa Republican, I am calling on you to what? To take the heed. Do not laugh at the FSARS agitator now. And I hope this message will even get to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which, I actually wish my Facebook is on, because he tends to also get my messages through there. People always get my messages across to him. I wish Mazi would call out and give the order that Biafrans should join the protests now and amplify it. It is the right thing to do, because in the process you will be able to push more, and eventually a system that will allow you to be able to discuss Biafra, to be able to discuss Oduduwa Republic, to be able to discuss Medubet Republic, whatever republic you want to create out of Nigeria. The opportunity that will give you that is just here now, staring you right there on the faces there. I'm gonna advise you, Michael Okoro White. You see all this conversation about who is Biafra, who is not going to be Biafra. That is why that conversation is necessary. If you are, for example, if you are going to have a Biafra, like we would like to have in Oduduwa Republic, everyone that is going to be part of Oduduwa Republic are not going to be coerced into it in any way, if you know what I mean. They have to be willing and ready to be part of that country, okay? So if some agitators are saying Niger Delta is not Biafra, the people of Niger Delta who know themselves as Biafrans, when the opportunity presents itself, they will stand where they belong. There's no point in all this argument, because I do see them all the time. Biafrans, some people will stand up in Niger Delta, they will say they are not Biafrans. And all this brickbat argument and all of that, they are actually not necessary if you are indeed planning to build a country. In Yoruba land, we have more than 100 different ethnic group as well, or tribes in Yoruba land. I am Ijebu. we have the Bas, we have the Oyos, we have the Eguns, we have the Ekitis, we have the Ondos. We have so many people there that are actually in Yoruba land. They have to know what is their own position in Oduduwa Republic before they will finally sign that declaration. That is what we are talking about. So even if you want to keep one Nigeria by any means, everyone that is going to be part of that one Nigeria, they must be able to be on the table to say, yes, we want to be, or we don't want to be. Okay, so there's no point in arguing with yourselves if you actually understand how this works. You cannot force people to be part of a country if they are scared that their interests will not be protected. You need to understand that. And that is the problem Nigeria is having right now. People were forced together. They forced everybody together, redefined the narrative, and they plant it in our head that we have 3 tribes in Yoruba. I mean, we have 3 tribes in Nigeria. The Yorubas, the Hausas, the Igbos. Who does that? Where you have over 250 tribes or tribes in Nigeria who speaks over 500 languages. But they fuse them together. They shall have to be together. Is that not why we are having all this problem? Yes, I know that the majority of Yorubas will say they will support Oduduwa Republic, but there must be that declaration You know what is called declaration? Declaration is that everybody that will be part of Oduduwa Republic declare that they are Oduduwans. It's a declaration. So everybody that's going to be part of Biafra must declare. There must be a declaration. And do you know what a declaration is? It means that all of you don't sign up, say you be Biafrans. And from that moment, no, in that country you want to start, there is no tribe that is great. There is no tribe that is greater. There is no tribe that is smaller. There is no minority. That is what is called Declaration of Independence. Declaration of Independence. Every tribe, every person that make up that country that you want to create must identify and be acknowledged. If they want to be Muslim, they have the right to be. It must be acknowledged in the Declaration of Independence. If they want to be atheist, it must be part of that declaration. That is how to build a country. So that nobody will say our tribe were the one who fought for independence. All of you stay away that time. You are enemy of independence. So why are they part of your country then? If they're enemy of your independence. So to avoid civil war, that's how to build a modern country, by the way. I know we have people with the military mentality because of what they have planted in our psyche. But some of you are outside Nigeria, enlightened, exposed. You have, you've probably adapted to different countries that you are currently living. And if you ask them how they build their country, you will know, even without them telling you everything, that everyone in that country has similar rights. And if anybody tries to trample upon, you know it yourselves. Some of you have become citizens of those countries. You know the liberty you enjoy because you were not there, but there were people there hundreds of years ago who, as part of the declaration of their independence, they make sure that every human being who is a citizen of this country has this liberty. That is not in Nigeria, and you know it. So that is why if you have Oduduwa Republic that says every tribe, every person has liberty to be whatever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do as long as you don't go against the law that makes, the law that guides the country you are part of. As a citizen, these are your rights. This well cleared out before you can say we are now joining the team to declare, we call it a Declaration of Independence. It's a journey. Maybe some of you don't know. Referendum. But you can only talk about referendum in a country where you have a country. Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria is more or less like an open concentration camp where anybody, any Agbero, can declare himself the president, and all of you have to obey, or else they will kill you until another person will declare himself president. An open concentration camp, a lawless society, a disorganized society, a completely disjointed society that they call a nation. Meanwhile, it's just a fusion forceful fusion of, nations in order to make a country, to make a name. So there must be a referendum. How do you get that? That is why you should be on the street too. You want to do a republic, you will be on the street. You want a Biafra, you will be on that street. You will give support to those who are asking for one Nigeria, so that the one Nigeria there will actually have your demand in there too. Referendum. Referendum is that if at any point in time you feel like no, this is not what you signed up for, but being part of Nigeria, you want to leave, there will be nobody to hold you back. Do you know why they are holding everybody back right now? You didn't even know if there is actually another agreement somewhere that all of you don't know, but you are all looking at the independence. And if they ask you that, please bring the copy of the Nigeria independence, the Declaration of Independence, and then what are the terms and conditions that brought about the independence? Who are those who drafted them? And all of those, you will realize that you will exhume so many skeletons that would not give you any clue to why you are even part of Nigeria in the first place. You will not get any. So maybe there is something there. Because there's nothing that says you should be part of Nigeria by fire, by force. There's no law that says that. Do you get that now? Everything is just this written piece of rag that they continue to flaunt and then violate all the time too. There's nothing. Because you were not there when it was written. You were not there. Your contribution, your suggestion, your opinion was never into consideration before they put this together. So to have a better country or one Nigeria, it means everyone in every coverage area that makes up Nigeria, they all sit together and decide the type of country they want to have. And let me be honest with you, if that opportunity presents itself tomorrow for all Nigerians to sit together and then decide the type of country they want, everybody will be demanding to leave, including the Hausas, the Fulanis, and every of those criminals you have out there. They will be demanding to leave because Nigeria has reached that fourth line, crossed it, and cancelled it, that it is now biting them. And that is why you should support, in my own opinion. I know so many people who are already supporting, and they are members of IPOB. They are members of Oduduwa Republic now. They are members of a revolution now who are already supporting the protest because, according to them, it was all about SARS. We are going to come back to that later. The issue of the National Assembly and even the 2021 budget and all of that, it is part of it. As you see that Nigeria is now the poverty capital of the world, where the extremely poor people, the highest population of extremely poor people actually live, is Nigeria. Do you get that now? The criminals in power are still busy allocating billions to themselves in the budget that they have no money to fund, but they will be borrowing money to fund it. So what kind of Nigeria do you want, even if you are for one Nigeria? Let's even be realistic here. Yeah, you want one Nigeria? Great, fine. Now you are campaigning to end SARS. Is the SARS, ending SARS, the only thing? Now they are playing the game. But I'm see where that takes us to in the next 2-3 days, when the biggest rally scheduled for Tuesday finally takes place. So it's a two-way thing, one at a time, like one of you just said there. One at a time, the system needs to go for you to be able to discuss the type of country you want to have. It will be the greatest opportunity that Nigeria, in fact, Nigeria, like someone said as well, Nigeria needs to be reimagined. What kind of country do you want to have, right? Is it a country that says that an Igbo man is your enemy? A Yoruba man is your enemy? A Fulani man is your enemy? A Hausa man is your enemy? Meanwhile, all of you are suffering from the same thing. Why your politicians, don't see themselves as Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba, or Fulani, or Ijo, or anything. Everywhere your leader comes from is suffering from one marginalization or the other, if no more. You are suffering similar things everywhere. So one thing at a time, the system needs to go first. The system needs to be and when you are doing that, do not forget the demand for referendum in that, if you ever get to that stage on this journey. It is an opportunity. Amplify it. Join them. Yes. Protest is your right. You can protest. You can protest alone. But the momentum right now is that before now, if you go out, they will say they will kill you, shoot you. They are doing that already. You shouldn't sit back. They have done so much damages and believing that they have tamed you. But if you join them, they will drop their guns, they will stop shooting you, and you will get what you want. It's as simple as that. I've never seen violence, and I've not seen anyone attack anybody during the protest, except when the police shoot and begin to disperse and kill protesters. Nigerian police are those who are now, staging a violent protest in Nigeria, turning the protest into violence and all of that. The killings, protesters have not killed anybody. They have not attacked anyone. But the police in Nigeria, they've continued, and they continue to arrest and attack protesters across the country. They continue to intimidate protesters across the country. Is that not what they do to IPOBs? I mean, to IPOB members? Is that not what they do to them? Is that not what they plan to do to the Oduduwa Republicans? So you shouldn't sit back, because when they are done with them, you will still want to push for Oduduwa Republic and Biafra, won't you? Because nothing will stop you from doing that, I know. It is the momentum. And that is why Buhari must go. Exactly. Omadedoi. Thank you. He has to go. The system needs to be overhauled. You cannot ask a structureless system, a structureless system to restructure a dysfunctional police force. How is that going to happen? And that is why the police is now suggesting that they are going to send you, they're going to set up inquiry. Inquiry for what? To investigate Sars. Have they not received all those reports? They did. They buried them. Why were they able to do that? Because the system allowed it. It allowed them to do that. Share the system that is releasing Boko Haram fighters, compensating them, rehabilitating them. Is that a system you think will allow you to have a referendum? Is that not what they are doing to you now? So a peaceful protest, as you have always been doing, this is the moment. This is the time you can actually make a difference, okay? So thank you so much for joining me tonight. We have our session here tonight. It's great. So I'm going to see you again tomorrow evening after work. But to everyone, remember what we were doing for our sister in Dubai. So you can still make use of that PayPal account. I received a $20 donation on the PayPal today. But that $20, $20, I've not really started giving names of those who give us donation. And I don't even know the total, because I've received dollars, I've received pounds, mostly pounds donation. So I have £43.98 in our PayPal account for her. Then I have another £100 in the Diaspora Radio International account, the Cash Plus account. So that makes it £143.98. So I have this $20 from Glory. I will just use your first name. So if you are hearing me, please release that. It is not yet released, but I can see it. So meaning if we get that in, eventually we'll see how much we're able to raise for her, okay? Just use that PayPal detail, which is paypal.me / or like that or that, because I don't know how it appears to you on the screen, but / it's like paypal.me / Diaspora Radio UK. That's it. Okay, so I'll try and drop it in the comment section as well. Okay, so please, whatever you can give. I'm sorry that I've not been able to pick some calls. I have been so busy too, kind of. But however, please use the PayPal. Whatever you want to give to her, send that through the PayPal. It will be really, really, really appreciated. So let me share the link. One sec. So, my dear brothers and sisters, those of you that are still going to watch this video after this broadcast, or those who joined us midway, that will just have to wait for a few minutes and then go back on it. Please take your time to digest the message. The message is very simple, okay? Whatever you want to demand from Nigeria, wherever it is that you think is right to be done, there's no better time to come out and say it now. You want Nigeria to break and save lives? Of course, come out and do that now. For those who have been doing it, why not? This is another time for you. In fact, this time around, those who are going to ignore the attack on you, they themselves are now on the streets. Okay? So if you have anything you want to give out there, please use the PayPal details. I just shared in the link. Copy it. Share with other people that might want to assist. Because to be honest, I don't know what we're going to do. Okay, according to her, she is running out by the midnight. She's already out of her working visa, and to protect her identity until everything is resolved, yeah, that is why if you have the capacity to help, okay, please do. All right, and it will be well and greatly appreciated. So thank you so much for your time. I'm going to see you some other time. You should have a good evening.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádùn yẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gbà rìbá. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé.